Welcome back, everyone, to another LEGO Star Wars 2023 set review. We have set number 75347, the TIE Bomber, 625 pieces, retails for $64.99 USD, comes out January 1st, 2023 officially, comes with 4 minifigures, which technically all 4 minifigures are brand new, and I have this set in person, and a huge shout out to the 7,000 people that tuned in earlier today watching me build this live on my channel. And with all that being said, let's get into the review about this wonderful set that I think is personally the best set of the wave. So right here, guys, we have the set built, and really quickly, as always, I want to go over the box art and the instructions. So, very beautiful box art. We got 4 minifigures, of course. Vice Admiral Sloan, Darth Vader, TIE Bomber pilot, and then a Gonk droid. The most controversial thing about this box art, we have the 40-year of Return of the Jedi right here logo, and that's kind of controversial because, the TIE Bomber is technically Episode 5 set. We have, Admiral Sloan right here, which is technically not in any of the movies. So it's kind of controversial. I mean, I like it, in my opinion. It's kind of weird that they started off, the first set of the year, though, with something like this that is pretty inaccurate. They're definitely going to have this on the Endor set, the brickheads, the diorama set probably, and much more. Back of the box art is kind of the basic stuff, going over some of the play features I'll go over, and nonetheless, it is sitting in a Death Star hangar bay right here. Nothing on the sides of the boxes. So moving on, guys, we have the instruction manual right here. Again, I think it looks absolutely horrendous on the white background, 75347. Very easy building instructions. I'll tell you guys, the build experience of this set, the wings do get a little repetitive, but nonetheless, it's a very easy set to kind of build. I mean, really nothing hard about this set, and I was live streaming as I was doing it, and I was still able to keep up the chat and not really get too distracted. On the back right here, of course, we have the 3 new sets, which officially, as of now, all 3 of these sets have reviews on my channel. I reviewed these 2 the other day. This one, of course, is in this video. Again, I kind of thought these were going to be new sets over here when I first turned the page. Got kind of hyped up, but then it just turned out to be the older stuff. So there's the box and instructions, guys. Let's move on to the actual set. So also, guys, really quickly, for anyone that's curious, here are the extra pieces we get in the set. You'll get a couple extra guns, a lightsaber hilt, Darth Vader mask, printed tile right here, kind of basic, and then also, of course, a brick separator. But, so nonetheless, pretty cool extra pieces, kind of basic stuff, but let's move on to the minifigures. All right, so for the minifigures, I'll probably go from least interesting to most interesting. So we have the Gonk droid right here, which is a nice little Imperial one. This is actually using the exact same crate piece, the 2x2 crate from the Imperial Marauder that came out last year. They had a couple of those in there. Now they reused it here, which I think is a very good, choice of reusing a part. I think it definitely fits here. Adds a lot of character to this droid, and probably one of my favorite Gonk droids ever. Other than that, very basic Gonk droid build, basic legs. This is only a 12-part minifig, but I think it's a nice little addition. And like I said, probably my top 2 or 3 favorite Gonk droid they've ever made. So next up right here, we actually have the TIE Bomber pilot. So they actually call this guy TIE Bomber pilot, not just a regular TIE fighter pilot. And according to a lot of my people, again, I don't know for sure. I'll put up a picture, I guess, if I can really see the true difference. But a lot of people are telling me, it's a brand new minifigure. And according to them, the legs, the torso, and the helmet are actually all new. We just got the regular Lex Luthor head right here. But very nice minifigure nonetheless. I know the helmet does look different compared to the last couple we got, since there's no, silver streaks going down the middle of the helmet. But so I think this is brand new, of course, and that's what people are claiming. I do really like it nonetheless. Very, very detailed. And I think if anything, if they were to, go from just calling it a regular TIE fighter pilot to actually, say TIE Bomber pilot now, there's got to be something different about it. But nonetheless, pretty damn cool. And I really do like it, and a nice addition to the Imperial Army and to fly the TIE Bomber. So next up right here, guys, we have the Darth Vader minifigure. The big controversy, there's actually 2 things about him. First off, I'll get it out of the way. He has a cloth cape right here that is not a plastic hard cape like was kind of rumored over the past couple days. So has the printed arms right there. So the printed arms, I did not realize he actually came out in the Obi-Wan dual set as well. So that's why he's a little bit of a cheaper minifigure. But before then, he was a pretty sought after and expensive guy. But nonetheless, we have the Vader right here. Very cool. I don't have the printed arm Vader yet, so it was very nice to actually get this one in this set. And apparently, again, we have a brand new head right here. So it does look new to me. It does not look like anything in the past. Only one single side right there. But we have a new white head. Then, of course, we have the common little 2-piece Vader helmet. Nothing too crazy there. But overall, kind of an awkward minifigure to throw in the set, I think. But definitely a nice value and a premium minifigure to really throw in here. Some people are saying maybe an extra Stormtrooper would have been nice. But we got the basic lightsaber. And nonetheless, I'm happy with it since it's personally my first printed arms Darth Vader. Then last up for the minifigures, we actually have Vice Admiral Sloan right here. And, this is a pretty controversial minifigure for the fact of there's 2 things I think they should have done with this minifigure. Either, first off, if they wanted to keep this exact figure, they should have gone through and gave her some dual molded legs right there. These do not come on the set, but I think these would have definitely made her look a lot better. These work on a lot of other Imperials as well. But I think as she sits right now, she looks a little plain in my opinion. Aside from the face print, the hair piece, of course the torso. She's just a plain little officer, I feel like. You know, I feel like if you don't know who she is before you get the set, you'll still kind of be afterwards like, you know, who is this minifigure? Of course, she's not canon to the movies. She is canon to the Star Wars universe, but she was not in episode 5, not in episode 6, but we have some pretty basic back printing there as well. A nice hairpiece. I believe, is that not the episode 2 Padme hairpiece in black? That might be a new one, though. It might not be the same one as the episode 2 Padme, but we have a little pistol right there. Or, again, if they weren't going to do the dual molded legs here, which I think they definitely missed out on, a lot of controversy behind, they should have done the actual Grand Admiral Sloan, I believe it is, you know, with the all white, you know, suit like, you know, Thrawn has, and, you know, stuff like that. So I feel like definitely kind of a missed opportunity here. I think it's cool they did the character. I think it's nice that, you know, they're bringing in some, you know, book characters, but I think realistically they should have done her a little bit differently. But there's all the minifigures. Nonetheless, I think for $65, you have some nice minifigures, and in a technical sense, all 4 of them are brand new. But also, real quick before we move on to the actual TIE Bomber, we have this little transport cart right here for the bombs. You know, on the box art it shows, you know, Rae Sloan just being able to stand there. Kind of have to move her arms up, of course. Just a basic little cart. Stand around the studs, have her hypothetically hold the, you know, the handlebars, then have it just go around, you know, in the hangar and drop off a couple of bombs. You know, kind of whatever. You know, I really feel like this is just something to kind of raise the piece count up. I mean, we don't really need these extra 25. If anything, I truly think, if we think about it, you know, there's 625 pieces in this set. This is probably 26 pieces or more right here. It's almost like they just threw this in there just to maybe get it over that 600 piece count thing, just to kind of make us feel better as, you know, maybe the price per piece. You know, if they really care about that, if they think we care, you know, that I feel like is really why this is even included. But it's cool for what it is. Again, it's nice, you know, nice to have, but realistically, do we really need it? Probably not. On to the true beauty right here, we have the 2023 TIE Bomber itself. And one thing I will say about this, actually 2 things about the build. Like I said, it was a very enjoyable build, a little repetitive with the wings, but other than that, very cool. But I will say, if you have big hands, luckily I kind of have small hands, but if you have big hands, there's some of these techniques in this set that truly they make you kind of, you know, put your fingers in weird spots where if you have big fingers and big hands, I think you'll kind of sit there and be like, you know, wow, why are they doing this to me kind of thing. But other than that, a pretty enjoyable build, pretty simple. But let's move on, guys. I'll give you guys a quick little 360 of the whole thing first off. Here's the backside, kind of simple. I'll show you guys this real quick. We do have the little stand right there. I guess in universe, I heard that is actually the realistic bomb chute right there. But for the Lego sets, it does just, you know, help it stand up on its own. You don't have to put all the pressure on the wings over here. The backside's very cool. You know, very tiled off pretty well. A lot of round pieces. You know, a lot of stuff that Lego did not have back in 03 when they made the first one. Coming up to the front right here, we have no stickers in this entire set. Everything you guys see in this set is a print, including this dish right here, including the cockpit, the gonk droid, everything. So very, very awesome of them to do that. You know, no sticker sheet also adds to the entire enjoyment. So then, yeah, like I said, you know, the wings connect pretty basically. Nothing else to really say there. You know, we got some prints on the side. But moving on to really the only play features of the set, which is really not all that much. Of course, it really does kind of suck that when you lift up the cockpit here, you know, to put in your actual TIE fighter pilot or TIE bomber pilot, you actually cannot see them once you put them in there. So, yeah, I'll put them in there right there for us, and you'll sit them down. And when you actually close it, as you guys can tell, you can't actually see them in there because it's literally just a black 4x4 round brick right behind that transparent piece. So I'm not too sure why they did that. I mean, sure, I think either way it would have been kind of a small windscreen piece. You know, you probably wouldn't be able to see them anyway unless you really look in there. But I think just fundamentally, you know, that Lego actually let that go through on their design process. I feel like, you know, for a kid-oriented set, you know, if say kids... You know, I think for kids, though, you know, if they want to have their TIE Bomber pilot in there, you know, actually see them in there flying around, it's just not something that they can actually do, which, I got to be honest, kind of sucks. You know, I wouldn't really care, but I think as an overall set, it's definitely, you know, kind of maybe a half point knocked out on just the fact of, you know, Lego allowing that to go through. We actually have the bomber pod over here, which, again, you know, I'll show you guys really quick. Of course, we have some, you know, stud shooters, of course, in the middle here. You guys know how those work. Just shooting off a couple, you know, green disc right here, kind of whatever. You guys see that. I just probably lost both those pieces, but they give you plenty of extra. But the actual bomb feature here, very lackluster, I got to be honest. Very, very lackluster compared to the 2003 version, or just anything they could have done in the modern day. It literally is just flick fire missiles pretty much. So I'll show you guys one here. I'll push it out. So, you know, one goes out right there. These are what the missiles look like, or the bombs. And then I'll show you guys from a kind of upper perspective. I'll push the other ones out, and let's focus in there, get it all lit up. And there is literally what they look like right there. Just dropping onto the table. That's all it is. I mean, look, sure, it's only a $65 set. You know, what else could they have really done? I think there's definitely some other things they could have done there, but kind of lackluster, I gotta be honest. You know, the TIE Bomber, and it's just a couple flick fire missiles going down, so nothing too crazy there, but that's realistically the entire thing. And then, like I said, I mean, you could have Rae Sloan over here, you know, pull up in the cart, and then, you know, go ahead, and then you just, you restock. You actually have to restock from the bottom, though. So then you just go down below, right over here, you just put them back in those 4 holes. I guess I'll do that really quick on, I'll put one away right there. But yeah, that's how they go. Like I said, then you just push them down like that. So really kind of whatever, very lackluster, but there's the entire build. I gotta be honest, looks very, very cool. So let's get into a little bit of a comparison of this TIE Fighter, and then we'll close off the video. So to compare it to the 2021 regular TIE Fighter really quick, it's clear as day, 1000% they're going for this scale in the future. I think it works. If they keep it all consistent, I think we're gonna have a really nice fleet, say, in a couple years. We do actually have a TIE Interceptor also coming out in March or May, so if that is in this exact same scale and colorway, should start to look really, really cool. You know, here's a quick look at the 2021 and 2023 kind of together. And yeah, you know, basically the same scale. You know, look, I think we all maybe wished, you know, all these TIE Fighters were back in the 2018 size, you know, 2012 size, but I think, you know, for what they're kind of giving us, if they keep it all consistent and at least give us every single variant over the next year or two, I think it'll all end up looking very, very cool. And I think, you know, realistically, for anything they do with the TIE Bomber would have been a win, because it's been 20 years and there's really nothing else to compare it to. So we have really no other knowledge of, you know, a bigger TIE Bomber. You know, we're not downsizing, because you guys will see in my comparison video tomorrow. The one thing I will say, it's the exact same dimensions as the 2003 one. So not missing out on too much, but nonetheless, guys, that is everything for the review. Let's go ahead and close it off, and I'll give you guys my final opinions. All right, guys, so I'm back on the chair over here, and let's close off the video with a few ending thoughts. And yeah, first thing I'll say right here, this is definitely the best out of the 4 coming out. $65 for this, I think, is an absolute steal. Your values there between piece count, minifigure wise, and actual just, you know, kind of build quality, and especially since it's something we've not had for 20 years. You know, the 2003 one, which is severely outdated, goes for over $200 sealed now. So, you know, getting this for a third of the price right now is a game changer. And again, it goes with the 2021 TIE, and honestly, having the TIE Bomber next to it, like I showed you guys, complements it and makes the 2021 TIE Fighter look a lot better. Because when I built the 2021 last night, I gotta be honest, I looked at it and I'm like, why is this so small? But having them next to each other and looking at them right now, that's a very good combination. So nonetheless, guys, like I said, favorite set of the wave. I think overall score, I give it a 9.4. I really think they should have done maybe a little bit something different with Rae Sloan, and then have the cockpit piece at least transparent, and maybe something else with the bomb feature. But for, you know, for how it stands, you know, for the actual set as we got it, I give it a 9.4, and I'm very happy to say I'm the first review on YouTube, and I'm very happy to say I've got it early. If you guys have not already checked out, I do have the 2023 Microfighter Slave 1 and 501st Battle Pack reviews on my channel. I will not be getting the Tusken Raider early, sadly, but with all that being said, guys, thank you guys all so much for the support over the past week. This was incredible. Again, I apologize if this review was a little rushed. I mean, I'll openly admit, I'm hyped up right now. I want to get it out ASAP. You know, that's just the truth of the matter. You know, I'm not waiting a week. You know, I'm not, you know, I don't want to not be first. You know, this is just the truth of it with this channel. You know, I'm literally still 8 days before official reveal, and literally like 18 days, or actually even more, like literally 22 days or whatever before you know, they come out. So that's just the name of the game, guys. I apologize if that kind of bugs you, but yeah, with all that being said, that's all for this video. I thank you guys all so much for all the support. Leave your thoughts in the set down below. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, guys, and stay safe.